Alive and Well is brought to you by Pine Rest Christian Mental Health Services.
This is National Eating Disorders Awareness Week, and Jenna Strotbeck is with me to talk about a new treatment program for eating disorders at Pine Rest. The program started in October and provides a much-needed service at a time when eating disorders have been on the rise for tweens and teens. Welcome to you, Jenna. Tell us about this new program. October.
We opened in October. Very excited to share that we opened a partial hospitalization program designed for adolescents who are struggling with eating disorders.
So when you say it's a program that happens during the day, talk a little bit about the structure of the program, how it works.
Yeah, so partial hospitalization, as you said, it's a day service. So the kids will come in the morning, like for breakfast. They actually eat there with us, and they'll stay throughout the course of the day, going home in the late afternoon, like 4:30. And during that time, they have a series of individual therapy sessions and group therapy sessions with our staff to really give them some intensive treatment for whatever eating disorder they might be struggling with.
Without having to spend time overnight in the hospital, which actually provides them with an opportunity.
Yeah, it's great, right? Because it lets them take the skills that we taught them during the day back home to their family, to their social outlets, and practice those. And if something goes wrong, they can come back the next day and we can talk about that and do some problem solving around that. So they're really able to integrate the skills that we're giving them into their daily life.
So since October, tell me a little bit about what you're learning, what you're achieving, what's happening.
Yes, we have honestly learned quite a bit, right? One of the interesting things is that you can have two kids with the same diagnosis and they need different care. So our treatment team, which is a dietitian, a psychiatrist, a therapist, and a myriad of other supports, we have to create unique individual plans for each of those kids. It's very fascinating that you can't just do cookie cutter care, and so we kind of knew that, but being flexible is something we're learning to do.
Now, so you say adolescent, so the age
Yes.
span is what?
Well, we can start taking them at 12,
Yes.
and we are accepting them through the completion of high school. So that age can vary depending on where they are in school,
Yeah.
but graduation is kind of our cutoff.
Yeah, so that age group, this is common among them?
Yeah, you'd really be surprised. Do you know that 77% of kids don't like the way that their bodies look? And that's a huge number. And so from that, there's going to be a significant amount of eating disorder. One of the things that kind of is a myth, right, is that we're all going to recognize who has an eating disorder.
They're the skinny ones.
Yeah, they're going to be frail and sickly.
Yes.
But that's not necessarily the truth. There's quite a bit that are of normal body weight or even overweight.
Things like?
Yeah. Things like
Binge eating.
Binge eating,
You told me
yes.
that's the most common.
That's right. Binge eating is the most common disorder. And so they're not necessarily going to be very thin, right? They might actually be struggling with being overweight.
When they come in, they're at all different stages of understanding what they're struggling with, right? I'm guessing some don't even think there's anything wrong and some
Yes.
really recognize it.
Right. They can be on that spectrum. A lot of times, the one nice thing about partial is most people want to get better, and so they're there, but still they might be at varying levels of acceptance for what their illness is and what it's going to take to get healthy.
Are there signs or symptoms that folks should be watching out for?
Yes, this is important to know because it's not cookie cutter that we're going to see them and know right away. So things that a parent might notice is huge fluctuations in their weight, right? They might have dropped quite a bit or even gained quite a bit. They might start having food rules. They won't eat certain foods. They won't eat certain times of the day. They might also start avoiding meal times or activities that are based on food.
So do families need a recommendation from their physician, or can they just go to Pine Rest?
They could just call us directly. That's right. We certainly like to collaborate with physicians, but it's not required. Pine Rest is a 24-hour facility, so they could just call there directly and start the conversation about what might be appropriate for their kid.
I know that you two recommend that they talk to their physicians.
Yeah.
And so that there's a kind of a circle of care around each person.
Yeah, their pediatrician is going to be a great source for really identifying if there's a health issue related now and partnering with us so that we can make sure the kid gets healthy.
All right, well, we want that, and there is a 24/7 phone number to call for help. You can see it right there on your screen. It's 800 800-678-5500, 800-678-5500. For more information, visit pinerest.org. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.